This is your weekly IUP-TV news bulletin, broadcasted from the comfort of our homes. My name is Ian Wadella.
And my name is DeAndre Clark. We bring you stories that are relevant to IUP and the Indiana community. Let's begin with local news. The University of Pittsburgh's main campus will move to elevated risk and shelter in place of midnight on Sunday. This is due to a rise in coronavirus cases. A significant increase in positive cases among students have came in over the weekend, with 40 confirmed new cases. The shelter-in-place procedure requires students to only leave their housing for classes, labs, to pick up food, exercise safely, or to study in the library.
The Pittsburgh Steelers confirmed that one of their staff members has tested positive for COVID-19. The staff member is currently self-quarantining. The contract tracing process is underway with the help of the NFL and medical advisors. According to the Steelers, they will keep in mind the safety of their players, staffers, and coaches in their decisions, while the situation is rapidly evolving.
Still about COVID-19 vaccine. From Pfizer, a BioNTech has been reported as effective, even though currently we're still waiting for more testing to check its effectiveness. However, learning experts like Dr. Fossey expresses positive hope for widespread availability beginning in March.
After a nerve-wracking election race, Joe Biden becomes the 46th president of the United States. It all comes down to Pennsylvania, who is the deciding factor with 20 electoral votes. Along his side is Kamala Harris, the first ever woman of color as vice president. Currently, President Donald Trump denies this announcement. He is currently pursuing voter fraud lawsuits in Pennsylvania.
President Donald Trump's legal team has vowed on Sunday to pursue lawsuits challenging Joe Biden's winter presidency for voter fraud. The lawsuit will start with Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, has spoke on the pending suit in an interview on Fox News. Giuliani has no evidence to back up his allegations. Although suits will not change the outcome in the other states, he believes it could reverse in Pennsylvania.
Aung San Suu Kyi's party is on track to win another term in Myanmar. Despite accusations of genocide, these accusations of genocide come from her handling of the military crackdown against the ethnic Rohingya Muslim population. In 2016 and 2017, more than 740,000 Rohingya fled from Myanmar to neighboring Bangladesh. The United Nations have called these actions as the hallmarks of genocide.
Athens opens the first government-funded mosque since 1833. After years of delays caused by red tape, cutbacks, and opposition from religious and political factions, many attended prayers in limited amount seating at distance from each other while wearing masks due to COVID-19 restrictions. While some Muslims are happy, others are not due to the mosque appearance that has no resemblance to other graceful Orient mosques in Europe.
I'd just say IUP means like education overall, right? Because you're supposed to have fun in college, but at the same time, education is what gets you to be able to succeed in life, and that's what IUP gave to me so far.
IUP is just like a small community of people coming together.
And my friends encouraged me to come to the school because it's so beautiful. Like the campus is just really surrounded by nature, and then the people was nice. The staff was like really friendly.
IUP, honestly, I've been here for we've been here for 2 weeks already, and we've made so many friends. It's already like building a family here.
Yeah.
It's like a fresh start, I guess. It's like a way to make my life my own, and I get to make my own decisions.
As the fall semester comes to an end, we try to find out more about students' experience with online class at the time of COVID-19. While some students like learning online, others are still struggling with it. Our reporter DeAndre Clark has the story.
COVID-19 has caused many schools to resort to virtual learning, with certain exceptions with in-person access to campus life. After 3 months of virtual learning online, some people started to like it. Virtual learning or in-person learning has been the biggest concern since the major outbreak of COVID-19. Senior Tereja Bull had the following to say.
So I'm a senior at Penn State, and I've been going here for 4 years. This is my 5th semester actually, and Since we moved to remote, it's been kind of difficult. It's kind of hard to be motivated. It's different when you have to get up, you actually have to get dressed, throw water on your face, everything to wake you up in the morning as for. Now sometimes I will just roll over and click on my Zoom, and I know I'm not the only student that does that. Being online is a little bit more difficult. Not only is it hard to be motivated, but sometimes the audio goes out, sometimes the connection goes out, and then you could miss a whole lecture or something important. It's just a little harder to be online. I'm more of a face-to-face, in-person type of learner because I like to actually see what you're doing. And yes, you can see on Zoom, but most of the professors only use slides, so you can't really see or get the hands-on of what they actually want you to do. And I'm a business management and marketing major, so sometimes being in person is very necessary because some of the aspects and some of the materials that we learn is like, especially in the marketing department with promoting and creating flyers and just advertising in general. My professor had certain things he would have us say, do, and practice, so it's a little harder when he's not right in front of us.
Since March, a lot of colleges moved their instructions online. It's been shown that college campuses can be hotspots for COVID-19. COVID has had a significant impact on college students. Nearly 2/3 of U.S. colleges remain fully or primarily online. Record levels of depression and anxiety have been reported among college students. Undergraduate enrollment is down 2.5% for the fall of 2020. 42% of college students said staying motivated to do well once courses moved online was a major challenge. As students on and off campus navigate the fall term, colleges have already unveiled their plans for spring of 2021. Schools all around the world are taking the necessary steps to give students the education they deserve. This is DeAndre Clark reporting from IUP-TV News. One important element in online learning is the use of Zoom to join classes. Our reporter Samaya Huey talked to a few people about their experience using Zoom for online classes.
Staying home rather than going to class may be keeping students safe from the virus, but are students actually learning virtually? Since the COVID-19 pandemic, schools have been shut down, forcing students to virtually learn. Rather than meeting face-to-face, students had to use Zoom to learn and discuss class materials. It's been taking some time for them to get used to.
Be quite difficult and confusing, like for me to adjust to because I'm not used to it. I'm used to the school setting, so like, and it's hard for me to focus more. I'm at home right now. Also, sometimes the Wi-Fi be acting up and I disconnect from my class, so I miss out on information.
As the virus continues to grow, Zoom has reached a peak of more than 300 million daily participants, according to BBC News. While it seems convenient to use Zoom to study, it is challenging for those who live in a house of many people.
Well, I try to like stay away from everyone in the house, and I put my phone down while I'm in class also. I just make sure I'm really just in a quiet space, and I jump room from room to make myself comfortable.
Some people find it easier to manage their time now that classes have been moved online. But the main issue is home actually a good learning environment?
I do like virtual learning because I'm at home and I get more time to like work on the assignments, and that's very beneficial for me.
Some students have been able to adjust, while others have been experiencing some difficulties like connecting to Wi-Fi. And an even bigger problem is blocking out the noise in the house. Luckily, Janelle has some tips on ways to work around it.
You have to learn how to navigate Zoom and also pay attention in class and stay in touch with your professors.
While virtual learning has been a difficult adjustment, we hope to see students remain focused and finish the semester out strong. Always remember to use the resources available to you and don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm Samaya Huey. I'm reporting for IUP-TV News.
Getting good grades is something students aim for. When it comes to a new semester, online learning has made it difficult for some to maintain their grades, while others seem to work more efficiently. Our reporter Zachary Hirsch spoke to some students on whether they prefer online learning over in person.
One of the most important goals for college students is to achieve academically and to get good grades. For Ryan, this was not a difficult thing to do, as he was previously a straight A student until the pandemic hit. How's your experience with online learning?
It's been pretty tough. It's an adjustment, no one was really prepared for, and as a hands-on learner, definitely struggled, and I think my grades reflect it.
Since learning online, Ryan has had to deal with a variety of problems. What problems have you faced with online learning?
It's been difficult. Technical difficulties are always an issue. Accessing the Zoom meetings and really just keeping up with notes. I feel like not enough people speak up in class, and it leads to a lot of just quick lectures that they run right through their information.
Another challenge comes from the belief that face-to-face learning is a more effective style of learning and can help you in your future field. Ryan is not alone. Many students had to make adjustments to adapt to online learning. What did you do to keep up with online learning?
Keeping up with it was tough. I had to go to my recorded lectures and watch them over again, make sure I got all my notes in, and just really work through the things that I didn't understand.
A study conducted by a professor at the University of DeVry suggests that 80% of 450 people in the survey said that they prefer in-person learning as opposed to online learning. How does online learning affect the way you process new material in your classes?
Well, it's tough. Transitioning from the in-person lectures to online has been difficult for me because, for starters, I'm not very tech savvy. I'm much more of a hands-on learner, and I feel like a lot of the material that is provided in lectures I end up just teaching myself.
This new style of learning could carry on for the foreseeable future until new protocols are implemented. While some people face challenges, others found this learning style to be preferable. How's your overall experience with online learning?
I would say so far my overall experience is pretty good. I'm a fan of online learning. I feel more comfortable in my room, not having to worry about other people making noises, shuffling around, or even like getting distracted if someone else is in front of me on the computer not doing anything. I just have to worry about myself and kind of focus just on my laptop and what the teacher's saying.
In the past, Seamus has struggled academically, but has found online learning to help him achieve better grades. What makes online style of learning easier to you as opposed to in-person learning?
I've always preferred virtual learning. I've just always somehow, some way done better virtually when I learned through that aspect. My grades have been improving since we've been going on virtually. I like that fact I can go back and rewatch what the teacher said and kind of implement that in my brain rather than you can't do that if it's in person.
Many students, including Seamus, had a variety of problems with the in-person style of learning. What problems did you face from in-person learning?
For one, waking up, walking in the cold all the way to class. I'm not mentally prepared. I'm just trying to warm up in the first 15 minutes of class. Then I can be distracted by my classmates. I can't like my seat sometimes. So these are all just obstacles you have to get through in person.
It's safe to say that students have different opinions when it comes to their preferred style of learning. Hopefully students can go back to the in-person learning style so they will achieve better academically.
One of the negative impacts of COVID-19 is employment opportunity. With a lot of businesses are closing or they declined to reduce the number of employees, many people find challenges in finding jobs. Our reporter Mackenzie Acker has a story on the experience on a few IUP alumni and looking for a job at the time of COVID.
Finding a job for fresh graduates can be challenging, whether it is in education, media, or sports. So it is very surprising when Thomas Holodick heard that Herndon Middle School in Herndon, Virginia called him to teach.
I was absolutely elated for this job offer. I interviewed with Herndon Middle School on a Wednesday, and then I received the call 20 minutes later for this job offer. I had multiple applications out, and I was prospecting the areas of Virginia and Maryland heavily. So I was looking forward to a job down there, and Herndon was the right fit. I interviewed with them and had great responses, and I had a great time with the team. So I was absolutely elated to get a job in the midst of a global pandemic and, doing everything from home virtually.
Of course, Thomas had planned to make the students enjoy learning until he knew that he had to work from home.
Everything was given an uncertainty because of, the situation at hand. We really can't predict the future or the way COVID-19 plays out, but we were optimistic of a return to school. For the safety and well-being of our students, our superintendent, Dr. Scott Braybrand, decided to start with a virtual start. We had various trainings in place to give us a strong start online within this online presence, and teachers were well prepared for the start of school. So they shared with us that no matter what the circumstances are, we would be well prepared to start school, whether it be in an in-person setting or an online virtual setting.
While some other people were lucky to get a job as soon as they graduated, others are putting in application after application in hopes of getting a call back.
One of them did get back to me. I don't remember what it was for. It was before, it was probably around May though, and they did say that they're just not hiring because of this, everything going on and stuff. So that's the only one that's even gotten back to me. But there's job listings all around me, in Johnstown, and they it's been the same job listing for over 4 months now, and I don't even know if they're still even applying for that position, if they filled it and just didn't take it down. I don't know, but not many people have gotten back to me besides that one.
Unemployment has skyrocketed because of the pandemic. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the unemployment rate hasn't been this high since the Great Depression era. Hopefully one day Thomas will be able to teach in front of his students in the classroom. This is Mackenzie Acker reporting for IUP-TV News.
Hey you! Yeah, you! Did you seriously just cough in your hand?
Yeah.
Were you planning on washing that hand?
No. Who's speaking right now?
Haven't you heard of COVID-19? Look, you really need to be washing your hands, especially with soap. Here's why. Viruses have an outer layer made of proteins and fats. This layer protects the virus's inside. Conveniently, soap contains an enzyme that dissolves fats. Here's a demonstration. If you add a fatty oil into water, the oil will separate from the water. But if we just add a little bit of hand soap and we agitate the water and the oil, you can see that the oil dissolves into the water. The enzymes in the soap penetrate the fatty layer and physically rip the virus apart, killing it. So please remember to always wash your hands thoroughly with soap. And don't forget to rinse. What are you waiting for? Rinse your hands.
Well, that's all the news we have for you this week. Don't forget to check out our Instagram and YouTube pages to catch up on episodes you might have missed. My name is Ian Wadella.
And I'm DeAndre Clark. Stay safe out there, IUP, and we'll see you next week.